Okay. Good morning. Good morning. All right. I'm going to get straight into this and hope you're doing good. So I've got this automated, which is great. Stoked. It's going to be good. Just going to put this down here. So just let me just this VIX is really, really helpful in London and New York session. Just let me just put on Asia. Okay. Super duper helpful. You can see here, this is selling, trend line break, right? And you get your buys in here. Zoom bars in the road. Okay, so come on now. You got your buy here, and you can see that this is selling. So you put your line here. It's such a good confirmation. Boom, boom, boom. All right. So let's see what is in the market today. I have been busy packing and cleaning and oh my goodness, this is looking good. If this breaks for a sell, I already caught some of the sell. Not this one, but yes, not. I didn't catch US NAS. I caught gold. But if this breaks, it could sell. If it breaks above, oh my goodness, it's so. Hang on, let me just get rid of that and that. I've got too much running or something.
Look at them. Oh, it's forced. Shit.
Okay.
Damn.
Hey, hey. Okay, so this here, this is a level here to the left. Right. That is, what the wowzers. Wowzers, what is going on here? I just need to put this on. Sorry, I have not even looked at the market because I've just been trying to get organized with this automation. Where am I? What is going on here? Friday. Friday. Okay. That's ridiculous, that gap. All right. Okay. Let me just go into gold, have a look. Oh, my goodness. I hope you're selling. Oh, I hope you already sold. Sorry. Oh, my goodness. I already did sell and I closed. But that is, really, really, that's super, super easy to see, right? We have made a low, a lower low, a lower high here. Right? So we're going low, lower, low, and then another lower uh, low being formed. This area, it could possibly have a reaction to, right? I would wait for this area right now to break this area, right? Because it could bounce off this. But that was a sell. I don't know if you were on before, but I actually took a sell. I stopped and started. Um,
Fuck, what did
anyway, but that there, just wait for that to come up. But I feel that this is going to come down a little bit to where I don't know, but that was a beautiful sell. So in here, absolutely. So oh, someone's here. It's all happening today. Okay, let me just put this on here. Hey, baby. I'm just on a Zoom. I don't want him saying anything funny. Just get rid of this. All right. So this here is the orb here. There was the first cell. I did catch that. See if this pulls back. I'd like this to pull back. And if this forms a bearish pattern here as well, see how this is bearish? Right, bearish. I'm huge on patterns. Right, there's a quasi, there's a bearish pattern in here. Right, you can see it. Right, pulls up into the moving average. Boom, there's a sell. Why aren't these things coming up? Oh, because I don't have them on. Okay, this is beautiful. It looks like it wants to sell, but I would not get in because of this support here. Right. This was lovely. Boom. So I don't know what else is on today. What we got going on. Right. I'm not touching this unless it breaks out of this. Right. If it wants to buy, this is only where I'm going to buy out from. If it decides to sell, I'll get in on the sell when it breaks this. Right. This is looking nice, but there's a lot of gap here. And they probably will come up and fill it. All right. So just bear with me at the moment. We've got boxes around and everything's out of cupboards, so and I've got bleach in my head. I know it's bad. I know it's a domestos here. It's really, really bad for you, but it cleans really good. I think I don't have any germs in my lungs. It's not good. But this is making higher highs and higher lows, right? It is very possible that it will come up, buy again, right? This here, right? Because it's so bullish. If it breaks here, I'll be getting in for a buy with all the confirmations. I want that to be all red. I mean, all green, right? Okay, very bullish. It could pull back if all the indices are selling, right? But this is bullish, so I'd only be buying. All right, US 30. Do. Okay, US 30. Okay, let me have a look at this as a naked chart. So I am actually a naked chart trader. Absolutely beautiful. Right. I want this to come up a bit, right? Depending on if they're going to keep pushing this. Wowzers. Okay. I haven't even looked at the market. This is such easy money. Just making high highs. You can catch all of this. Scalping, all the buys that come in, boom, 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 boom. Right? If this breaks, right, this will be like a reversal pattern. Right? And if this does, I haven't looked to the left to see where it is at, but if it does, and you start seeing this, but it's on the other side, right? Right? Not that it'll look exactly like this, but you can milk this whole thing, right? And I'd only be looking for sells if this breaks and starts selling. So you can sell and sell and sell and sell. There's no buys in here for me if it looks like this. Right. If I see high highs, high lows, high highs, high lows, all these in here, right, is all me. I'd be getting in for entries, right? This is breaking, retesting, breaking, pulling back, retesting this area, right? Very, very strong, very clear bullish patterns as well happening, right, in here. I'm sorry about my lines. Making this high, another high, 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 right? So if we start coming down, right? This is what I've been looking for. I don't know if this is going to do this, but if I get some buy here with the buy signals, I'll be getting in for a buy, right? Because it is bullish, right? Bullish. Okay. And if I see this start to break, right, and pulls up and respects it, right, might have a few wicks, then start selling. I'll be looking at this whole, right, if it did sell, right, like here, this here I can start, I can risk $10 or whatever. I can use that $10 here to make more money. You know what I mean? That's how I compound one of my accounts anyway. And I won't say, but I get very risky. All right. Okay, so let me just get off this and I will go onto this now. I'm going to show you guys something here. Hopefully I'm screen sharing. I haven't even, just make sure that I am screen sharing here. Right. So this here is automated. It's going to be automated. So I don't have it yet, but this will be automated on NinjaTrader, right? Right. So you can have it so it'll only take a sell if you wanted to, or only take a buy. So when I'm looking at the chart, for example, let me just use this, it's easier. If I see that this area here, right, is like support, then it comes down, right, breaks, right? We also get this wedge pattern in here, right? I'm looking at that. That's when I will turn on, right? Turn on the automated system, right? And then it has a trailer also built in, right? Where you can trail it if that's what you want to do. Now, these green dots here, right? You can stay in the trade with these dots. And then there's a pullback, right? This is a break, a retest here. We have a pullback here, all right? Okay, it's created a wedgie kind of pattern, right? You can get in again on the green. It is above the moving averages, right? You see this happening, you're still above, you can turn it on, and then you can let it trade for you, trail it if that's what you want to do, or have a set TP, right? To this area, like you can calculate the ticks points, right? Okay, you can go into for that. Me personally, that's what I do. I see this because normally the market comes up and then bounces back, right? And then I get in on a break of structure, right? So I'm seeing this. There's a high, there's a high, there's a lower high being made in this run here, right? It's coming up to this zone over here, right? Which is a supply area where price heavily sold. So this here would be my TP, right? And I can stay in this until the green turns, right? And I put my, sorry about all the drawings, but I put my trend line here, right? And I can see, right? It's come up to this area to the left. So I can capitalize on this whole move. So if I'm on futures or Forex, right? Forex, whatever I'm risking here, right? I put my stop loss here, right? Entering the trade, right? Wherever I entered, okay? I might have, wherever I entered, right? But this whole run, right? I will stay in, right? And then it starts going in between this here. Now, this is risky to me, right? Because it's in between the moving averages. It could come here and keep on going, right? So I just stay away from that and wait for a better setup, right? And you can, this morning, right? You can see here, we made a lower high, right? We are now, let me just get rid of all this scribble. We are in this trend, right? So when you're trading, you take notice of this, right? But I look at this and I go, okay, we made a low, It's lower than this. We made a lower high, right? Pulls back, gave us a bearish pattern, right? Then in here, we made a little bit of a wedge in here. You could have bought this because it was coming up to make a lower high, right? And you can see the trend forming here. Now this here, would I take this? I could, but it could be making a lower high, right? So this here, I wouldn't take myself because it could just be coming to this area here and bounce off again, right? Okay. Yes, you can get in, for a couple of pips and ticks and things like that, scalping, like wait for a pullback on a candle if it gives it to you. But this here, I would not be getting in for a buy unless it breaks out of, you see this pattern here, this here, this pattern, right? This here starts breaking out, right? It could be a buy up. Right? But I'm always looking. I don't care what indicator tells me to buy or sell, what arrow goes, buy, sell, points this way or points that way. I always look at what the price is doing before I take any sells or buys, right? But this here was beautiful, right? We had a bearish pattern, right? We had the sell, right? I waited, everything was underneath. I took the trade, right? Okay. All right. So let me just but this here is going to be all automated. So you can, for Asian session is a little different, right? For New York session, you the amount of times you see, like I will look, hang on, just let me just go onto NAS. Okay. Okay. Oh, that's definitely a buy here. Let me just da-da-da-da. Right, okay. So anyway, hopefully you will look in that. And I said, get on in the buy, right? Because there's money right there. Boom, boom. Diddle-em, diddle-em. All right. There's the buy. Get in the buy. It's above the moving averages. So hopefully you're in that one. Easy money. Got the green. Everything's green. Beautiful. Go, go, go. Easy money. Easy money. So have a look. Let's have a look at RTY. Doing the same. Yep. So obviously I didn't get it, but hopefully someone else did. Uptrend. We're in there. We've got the green. Everything's green. Beautiful. Green, green, green. That's what we want. There's 1-to-1 out of the money zone of this buy signal as well. Beautiful. Right. Where would my TP be? Just here. I would have TP'd already. So, but easy money, easy money. Oil, I don't touch in this session. Oh, Mamma mia. Okay. All right, they're all going. Right. This here would have been a nice buy as well. Just quick in, right? Look to the left. That's my TP. I would have TP'd. 6A is like the Australian US dollar, right? To the US dollar. Moves in Asia session. 6N runs pretty much the same. Wow. Wild. This is crazy. Anyway, um, up to the top here. This is very, very bullish looking. High highs, high lows, high highs, high lows. Just let me go to the left. Oh, wow. Okay. Oh, my goodness. I can't see the chart. Okay. This is coming up to this area here. This could, if it comes up, it could have a sell-off, especially with this momentum. Right. So watch this area. It could have a reversal. Have your reversal alerts on. I have my reversal alerts on. I have a strategy. Right. okay, bye-bye now. Someone's ringing, sorry. So I have this on the 5 minute, right? And if it spikes into these areas and I have like a red candle coming in and closed and it breaks past that candle, I will get in for a sell. Right? Very handy. So I've got a video on it. This is really bullish. Oh my goodness. Let me just hop off this, put this on again. Market's been Oh my goodness. You see what I see? Wood. Okay. This to me looks bullish. This looks like bullishness here. Right? This breaks out of here. Let me just go onto this. Oh my goodness. I've got all kinds of stuff on here. Let me just remove all this. Okay, let me go the 1 hour time frame. All right. Okay, this looks ugly, but okay, it looks very bullish to me. This is at a high here. That's why you always want to look to the left. But they're probably going to push it up to these areas. All right. I can just see that this to me is something that if this breaks and I get a buy signal, right, this could come down a bit. But if this starts pushing out of here, I am in that buy. I'm in that buy. If this starts breaking out, right, you get a buy signal, everything's green, boom, boom, right? I even go down to like the 30-second to get an early entry. Natural gas. My gosh. Oh my goodness. Sorry, but this is crazy. What has been going on? There is so much money in the markets here. Wow. Wow, wow, wow. Okay. I haven't looked at. I've been busy. I've been busy, busy, busy. We got a bit. We're out next week. So, and then off to Vietnam, which will be, oh my goodness. Okay. Well, this doesn't look like it wants to go anywhere but down. 6J. Oh, okay. Oh my. All right. This is making high highs, higher lows, retesting. We just look to the left. Okay, it's come up to this area here. It's actually made a high. I don't know what's to go with all these gaps. It's pretty crazy. Anyone got their Apex accounts? You can easily pass it with CPI. CPI news, red folder, only use the USD red folder. Pass it very quickly, all your accounts. Well, not all of them, but it'll pass half of them. If anyone wants to know how to. This is really okay. The Japanese yen. Japanese. I don't know. I can't figure out these big gaps. This is crazy, this gap. This is madness. That's messy. But anyway, overall, this is very bullish. I don't know. Anyone explain these gaps? Am I missing something here? It's not Monday. Could be. Oh my goodness. Anyway, I'll be starting to do London sessions and I will do a New York session as well once a week. But I'll be doing the Londons and Asia as well. Just this here, 6B, 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 6B. This looks like it wants to come up to these areas up here, right? You can buy out of here up to here. Let me just, where am I? Asia. Right. Let me put on the Heikin-Ashi. Okay. You can put this a buy in here, right? This you can buy here. This is all right to buy. It might be a bit slow. I don't know. I haven't checked the news. Is there any news coming out? I have not checked the news yet. 5 p.m. Okay, we're all good. All right. 6B. This here is good. All right, where's my sniper? Oh my goodness. I don't want that. I want this on here. Enable buy. I need it off, otherwise I can't see. Oh, I need it on the 1 minute chart. Oh my goodness. Okay. All right. Yeah, I would get in this, even though this has hit this. This doesn't matter, but here we have a buy here. This is looking lovely for it to go up. It's very nice, bullish. See the fat, flat Heikin-Ashi candles as well. Very nice. So you would have entered on this. It does act as resistance, this 200 EMA, right? But because there's so much to the top, it's probably going to come up, right? This would be my area for TP to look for waves coming in and out, right? If it does buy, right? Anything can happen in the market, right? It's a bit slow. We are in Asia. I wonder what gold's doing now. Okay. Right, so it's sprung up. Now we got us here. See these areas here where price, you always look to the left, to the left, to the left, to the left, right? This area here, right there, right, is where price, boom, scar, pushes up, right? So even though it looks like it's selling and you're like, oh my goodness, I'm going to miss, you get this feeling, oh, I need to get in, I need to get in, right? The market will always pull back, right? And this in here, right, is where, if I'm in a downtrend, right, this is still up the top. If I'm in a downtrend or uptrend, this is in between here. This is in this box here, right? Okay, let me just put that down here, right? This here is in this box, right? If you don't see a trend, right, draw a box. It can help you see it visually, right? This is dum 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 dum. But if this starts breaking, pulling back, right, and then I get bearish patterns in here, right? This starts doing this, right, and pulls back, and I get some beautiful looking bearish pattern in here. I get a sell, right? This is where I'm going to turn my automation on, right? And only will I have the setting on for sells. Boom, right? And then I can manage it myself. My main goal is I want this to catch this if I go, right? Okay, if I go and get a coffee or a Long Island tea, right? In London session, right? So in here, right? If you miss a move, wait for the pullback, right? The pullback is where you get a discounted price. Never chase it. Wait for it to come back. And then boomska. And if it keeps going, watch out for the fib levels as well, right? And in London session, look at the VIX. I also look at the Dixie, the VIXie and the Dixie. All right. But this here is looking like it wants to sell. Let's go. Okay, okay. Let me just really have a look here. This. Okay, if this breaks, we could start selling very nicely. Okay, wait for it to calm down. It might just take off. I don't know. No, that's not the Dixie. The Dixie. Okay, this is here. Is the big is yes, Dixie. Okay, this is selling. So just be careful. If this starts turning around, right? If this starts turning around, the Dixie, US dollar, if this starts coming around, right? We have been making it. We've got a nice quasi here. We've got beautiful bullish patterns here. Beautiful, beautiful, right? We have highs. If it goes, all right, we might have making a high, right? But just watch this because if it starts selling normally gold will buy or anything else against the US dollar, which most traders know. But oops. Okay, go here. So on to Japanese. Okay. Wowzers. All right. This here. This is looking quite messy. Okay. I just need to see what this does. Get out of here. I want to see what this does before I get into any of this. This is clear, right? This is very clear. This is not. We stay away. It looks messy. It probably is. The Australia. Oof. Okay. This is definitely coming up. Well, I shouldn't say definitely. It is most likely coming up. Right. Disclaimer, I am no financial advisor. I am just sharing what I love to share. Okay, this here. Overall, so let me just put this here. If it comes down a bit, retests here and continues up because it has made a high, right? See, bullish, higher highs, higher lows, higher than here. We have an area here. It stopped here because of this, but I feel like it could come up. It could come up. All right. Bitcoin has been like Bitcoin. This here is very, I'll be looking at this here. Right. We had all this bearishness coming down. Look to the left. There's the bottom here. This is a psychological number, the 75. So I do think maybe it'll pull up a bit. For those who are looking at Bitcoin, right? For scalping, these highs in here. It can either do, well, the market can either do two things, but this here looks like it's doing a rounding. Now, I don't know if this is where it's come to like a cup and handle thing, right? So it could continue to sell. I'm just looking at this in here. Me personally, if I was to trade a scalp in here, right, I'd put this here, right? Wait for it to see what it does at this trend line and see if it's going to respect and sell. Right? This is bullish, this run here, but if you look to the left, it's kind of like a whee sound effects, right? But it could come up further, right? This could be, a pattern where it, yeah, whatever, and then breaks up to come up to these areas, right? So, okay, like this is a breaker structure. up, and that's where I'll be looking for my buys. Right now, it could do anything. It could sell down here. It could break up here. It could just sit here and do whatever. Okay, so but those that automation is going to be handy, especially if you have something that's obvious as well. This is crazy looking. Okay, gold, what are you doing? This to me looks very, very, oof, wowzers. They're doing something here. Right. If this starts breaking, I'd like it to come in here. It could even be like a bullish pattern here, right? In here. If this squeezes, this could keep on going up. Or it can break. Right? If it breaks and there's sellers in there, that is lots of money. Like this. Oh my goodness. Okay. All right. So, but just watch this area. We are paid to wait. Paid to wait. That is for sure. What else is there? There's German DAX as well. Oh my gosh. Oh, that would have been amazing. London. All right. First London sessions. Boom, scar. Next London. London 1, London 2. Boom, boom. Look at it all. You would only be buying, right? Because it's above, right? Boom, boom. Next London. Right? And again, boom. Look at all these bullish patterns in here. You put on your sniper, right? You can milk that baby. Just absolutely beautiful. All right. All these buys. You're with the trend, put on your moving average, you're above, boom, boom, add positions, do what you want, get in there, have a position running, take profits, add positions. This here is just one big ATM. These are just beautiful, beautiful. The DAX. I wonder what this is, if you can find something that's for futures. If anyone knows, let me know. That's for that. UK 100. For later on. Oh, this looks like we could have a retracement. Right. I'd be looking for a quasi pattern, right? Where it kind of, and look to the left as well. It's not open, but later on. This is very bullish. Loads of bullish patterns. Love these patterns, when you see in here, this boom, 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 buy, boom. Great money. New York session. There we go. Easy money 1-to-1. Pulls back, makes a high, a low. In we go with the buy as well. Beautiful. What did US 30 and all that do last night? Oh my gosh. Where was I? Not on the charts. Oh, this is so beautiful. This is like the perfect price action. Before this, you're in, right? You put on your sniper signal. Right. There's your buys. Boom, 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 boom. This is where you want to be trailing this baby. Boom, 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 boom.